Hi guys, Dino Vinyl Times, back with a quick video. This one's for Dean Jordan's 100 subs contest. Congratulations mate, I'm sure you're past 100 subs by now because I know this contest has been running for nearly a month, so hopefully you've picked up a few more subs since then. Good idea for a contest, split over 2 questions, so hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you. And today we're listening to a little bit of Monday Morning Morrissey. Viva Hate, his debut solo album. So yeah, it's alright. It's the first time I've had a chance to listen to it on vinyl since I've had my setup. So that's been pretty cool. Like I said, I'm just reading his autobiography at the moment, which is really good as well. I'm really enjoying that. Nearly finished it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, on to the questions. First question was, what completes me? If it's not, then I'll just do that one first anyway. In my collection. Now, obviously my collection's not very big at the moment, so for me this is more of a question of what couldn't I not have in my collection, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, I suppose this is going to be a really obvious answer, but mine has to be, and I haven't got this on vinyl because it's really expensive. But I really do want it on vinyl, and I may sort of give in and actually buy it. But the one album is obviously Ocean Colour Scene for me. This is Molesley Shoals. This is their second album, released in 1996. If it wasn't for this particular album, I don't know where I'd be musically. Well, yeah, they were just. This is obviously just what kind of started me off with this is what the first time I got introduced to them by, from a good friend of mine, Kim, back when we were at school together, in the year of '96, and yeah, it's a song I know, an album I know inside out. I like, as I do most Ocean Colour Scene albums. A few of you may have seen, I went to watch Ocean Colour Scene on Saturday night in Cardiff, where they were playing their third album, which was a Marching Already tour. They've already retoured this one last year, which unfortunately I couldn't get to because I was living away in Germany at the time. But this album for me is something I've had from day one. It's something I can't kind of not have in my music collection. It just means so much, really. All the songs on there that I know and I love. I don't think there's a bad track on there, but I mean, I suppose I'm pretty biased in that respect. Some of the songs they just really sort of speak to me, and the band did at that time. And I really, just really enjoyed the album. It's one of their biggest selling albums. It never got to number 1. I think it got to number 2 in the UK charts. But yeah, there was just when they were at the biggest as well with this album and the next album, Marching Already. They were supporting Oasis in a lot of gigs. They were doing sort of UK tours, European tours and stuff for this. And just did really well. This was back when the band had 4 members in it. This is when Damon Minchella, the bass player, was still with the band. He left after 2001, I think, after the Mechanical Wonder album, and they brought on Andy Bennett and Dan Seeley to make it a 5-piece, which they've done really well as the 5-piece, and I've got no qualms with them with the change of lineup because I think they've done quite as well. But there is definitely a difference for me from the Minchella era to what it is now. But I know I still I like both the lineups, and but this one was with Damon and them, and as you can see him just there. But yeah, I really like this album. I don't think I could have a music collection with not having this in it. Like I said, I'd love to get it on vinyl, but it is quite expensive. It's at least 50 quid every time I've seen it for an original one. I even saw one yesterday on eBay for 250 quid, which I just obviously can't justify paying that kind of money for it. But there are ones out there at sensible prices. So if I speak nicely to the wife, especially because I took her to the gig on Saturday and now she knows my true passion for this band, yeah, she might let me get it. But yeah, I've got that one. And then as far as vinyl goes, I know a lot of you have seen this again. It was the first record I ever bought. This is Ocean Colour Scene, the Day We Caught the Train, which is track number 2 off of this album. and this is the Swedish import, which I've said before, which is completely different artwork to what the single was. The single had a Vespa scooter on the front, sort of very Quadrophenia-esque, on a sort of White Cliffs of Dover sort of scene. But yeah, so this was my first vinyl. I've played this loads now because I love it. But yeah, so these are the ones I could not have in my collection, basically. Probably a bit obvious because that's Social Colour Scene. Everybody knows I'm a massive fan, but that's what it is. So yeah, so that's that part of it. The next one, you had me at Hello. For me, this is something that's slightly different then. Going back a few years, this album, let me take it out of the phone. Again, most of you have probably all seen this, and probably a lot of you have got it, but for me, it's Led Zeppelin. Technically untitled, unofficially Led Zeppelin 4. This is the first album I've listened to actually, the first ever time I'd listened to Led Zeppelin. I was given it as a CD. It was at quite a young age. I think it was one of my cousins that gave it to me, and he said, "Oh, if you like your music, check out this band Led Zeppelin." I was like, "Well, I've never heard of them." Must have been when I was like 12, 13. But this is the album he gave me, again on a CD. But luckily enough, I've got it on vinyl now. But yeah, I can't remember. I always forget it to open that. I love the artwork on this. I think it's awesome. But every track on this, it just kind of blew me away. And obviously Stairway, which is my personal favourite Led Zeppelin track. But every track on this, I just love it. Absolutely love it. And this is the one that really kind of perked my interest in sort of finding out about bands like this and Deep Purple and Cream and stuff like that. And so that 70s sort of monster rock bands that they were huge. I was watching a documentary last night on Channel 4 about sort of the excesses and what they got up to in those days. Quite interesting really. But this album for me was definitely the one that sort of perked an interest in this kind of music. So yeah, as far as all you had me at Hello, this one certainly did for me. And now I've since been quite lucky to find the other albums, except for Led Zeppelin 1. I'm still missing Led Zeppelin 1 and a few of the later ones. But yeah, I've got this. This is the UK issue, and I also have exactly the same. I think I've shown these before as well. This is the German press. It's near enough the same. I think the only difference is the actual label on the vinyl is slightly different. And it's just printed. There's a slightly different colour variation, but yeah. So yeah, that's Led Zeppelin Untitled, or Led Zeppelin 4, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's mine. So yeah, that's my entrance to the competition. Hope you get a few more entrances in there, Dean. And yeah, really like your channel. I like chatting to you on Facebook and that. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to meet up and go some record shopping and do some shit together. That'll be cool. Alright, thanks man. Catch you later. Bye bye.